Hello, sorry.
Next. Hi, I'm Gwen.
I'm Krista, and we're back without bananas. Banana.
I will say I ate some banana bread after we recorded, and it was fine.
It just fine.
It was fine. I mean, you warmed it up. I think hunger is always the best spice.
And butter.
Oh my gosh, what was that country crock?
Yeah, it's
You
so
guys
bad
are
for you.
so funny. You and your sister act all on your high horse about metal toxins and organic BS all the time. And you just slathered country crock all over that ish. That's
And
awesome.
There is vegan butter in the fridge, but if I was going to give you the banana bread, it was going to have
Legit.
all that seed oil.
There you go. Seed oil was delicious. Oh, well, I think we need to test your knowledge from last week's episode because I just listened to it on the whole way here.
Yes.
It was wonderful. It was one of my favorite episodes, even though I hope there's no recourse for how open and honest I was.
I don't think so. Not yet.
Yeah. So you need to do a little test and see if you can open the champagne the right way or the way we talked about last week.
This is going to be interesting. I think I remember.
Yep. So you can peel off the label, and then I won't school you again on it.
Okay, because I think.
And by the way, that dog we posted online is not mine. That was one of Krista's family's many dogs too.
Yes. Dylan's pup.
That was Dylan's
My
pup.
grand pup, I guess. Okay, that's weird.
Okay, so 3 turns of the cage.
Okay.
Oh, I'm not going to tell you. Never
No,
mind.
I almost just took the cage off.
Mhm.
Okay. And then I twist the bottle, not the cork.
She's like tipping it upside down at the same time too. She's going to spill
Well, how
champagne.
did you make it look so easy?
Because I have a lot of practice.
Dude,
There you go.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
suck it. Here, we have a napkin.
Do we?
We have a blanket. Here, we'll use that. We had our first podcast spill. That's awesome.
I think we're all right.
We're
It'll
all right.
dry.
It'll dry. It'll just be a little sticky in here, but this is the adults' room, right?
Yeah. This is the adult.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So that wasn't too bad.
You did a
but-
good job. Has anyone else tried to open the champagne the way I explained last week?
Yeah. I'd like to hear. Oh, Dylan, thank you. Look at that.
A producer with pizzazz.
Yes.
He even has a
It was like even nicely folded.
cup for us. Thank you. Cheers
Cheers. Cheers.
to being back together. I've missed you this week.
I know. I'm glad you bumped up our session.
I did. I had a little schedule snafu. It came up out of nowhere. My son's 12th birthday.
You're like, it's his birthday. We're going to have to move. And I was like,
And I was like, sorry, my bad.
I think there's something going on.
I
But
just hit the,
what'd you sit on?
I know. I think I bumped it. I had forgotten kind of that it was a school half day and then that it
Okay.
was time to,
Those CMS midweek half days are so ridiculous.
and there was no school Monday. We had no school
why?
Monday, CMS, because it was Ed Atir Afur. It is the end of Yom Kippur, like an Islamic holiday.
Right. Okay.
So we had no school Monday, and now we're going to have a half day Wednesday.
Can't they push those together to where it's like a half day Friday and then no school Mondays?
Thank
Like
you.
that just doesn't make any sense.
I know. It's always about the timing of like, oh, well, that's the end of the quarter and it has to fall on the day that's the end of a quarter. Like we'll have the day before Halloween off. Something
I
like
know.
just so close and you just like infuriates you.
You're like, no.
Do us the favor. Like you guys are the ones that are going to suffer. We're going to keep our kids up late. We're going to give them all the sugar and then
Yeah.
we're going to send them to you crack
With
of dawn.
sugar in their lunch.
Exactly. So, I mean, it's just, you're harming yourself, but you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah. Wow. Well, yeah, I'm glad we were able to make this work with your now just remembering his
I was
birthday.
like, I'm going to be doing something on the day we're supposed to record.
Yeah. And I was
So-
like, dang it, now I have to wash my hair, which I didn't do because I didn't have time. So I put some good dry shampoo in.
You have a cute Hornets t-shirt on though. I like
do.
that.
I went to the game last night.
Fun.
They won.
Fun.
It was really fun. I went with Feral Cat and her son. It was kind of his birthday present.
nice.
And then Colson went. It was really fun. Which, by the way, she's like, you need to change my name. It can't be Feral Cat.
Feral Cat wants to change her name on the podcast.
Yeah. So like, she sent me some things.
Of course she
Like
did.
she did.
She's such a control freak.
She's like,
Do you get to pick your own nickname? I mean, I don't know if that's how nicknames work. I think you kind of get stuck with them. But I mean, I'm down to play.
I mean, I would like some suggestions for feral cat, but Midnight Mouser, Stealth Whiskers, Alley Prowler, Wild Whiskers, Bush Ninja. These
I
are
like
all
Bush
like
Ninja,
yeah.
Ninja, but that
What-
we won't remember to always talk about her like that.
I know we won't. I don't know. Kim Feral Cat might just stick. Free roaming feline. So these are,
She's
depending.
stuck with the theme, I see.
Yeah.
So she doesn't mind the reference. She just doesn't like feral cat? Like,
Yeah.
why?
She thinks that like feral cat is like a cat that's electrocuted.
Well, that's how she acts after she's had a drink or two.
Right. Or
She's like suddenly becomes so energetic and different. So chatty.
So maybe we'll see her if anybody has any other recommendations.
Yeah.
For feral.
I have a friend who, when he drinks red wine, he becomes like chatty Patty. And because he's normally like pretty shy and quiet and reserved guy, and then you get a glass of wine in him and he's like, he's all into talking about anything you want to talk about. And you're like, hi, this is great.
Yeah,
I'm like this
you?
all the time.
Yeah. Who are you?
I always want someone to talk to. Oh, I've heard from some friends that they're listening on their way to Greenville, South Carolina, and rolling down 85. We hear you. We appreciate it. Thank you, my Greenville listeners. And in Charlotte and up at the lake, like we're getting lots of fun response. People keep telling us that they're listening. So that's super cool.
I love it. From all over too.
Yeah. Subscribe, like, download. I just show one of my friends on her iPhone how to do it.
Yeah.
Just search for those buttons that say the words subscribe or like or download.
Yep.
Follow.
Wherever
depending on where you're listening, you'll have one of those options, and we need the support.
Yeah. Wherever you're listening to podcasts, search us up. Sorry Next, Guenn and Krista, and we'll come up and like, follow, subscribe. You can subscribe on YouTube as well. So you'll get alerts for new episodes that come out weekly. And I think we kind of talked about doing a contest, or not a contest, but a giveaway.
Yes, I think we should.
Yeah. Thanks to our buddies at
iHeartRadio hooked it up.
Got some AirPods.
They're really cool too. I think they say iHeart on them. So you can.
They do. They're Zuma AirPods. So we're going to give those away.
Yep.
You just need to share one of our tease clips, like, follow, and use hashtag #SorryNext. And we will pick a winner in the next week or so.
That's right. We will pick our favorite share.
Our favorite share. And if you want to make a funny comment, that'd be great too.
I know. I started commenting on our YouTube one because I think last week's episode was so good.
It was funny.
I just listened to it and I just was laughing and just so glad I get to hang out with you and we get our time together every week. It's so nice.
It lasted your whole drive down.
I know. Yeah.
To the minute.
To the minute. We don't need to be that long-winded every time, but a lot of people, we got some feedback that like that 30, 35 minutes is the sweet spot for podcasts because that's a common, loop around your neighborhood with the dog, or you're riding to work or running some errands. It's like, that's a good amount of time where you don't really have to commit too much. Like I just finished this murder series and it was like 3 or 4 days worth because I'm on such short car rides sometimes.
Yeah. So you're like, you can get 7 minutes here. And
then when my kids get in the car, they're like, Mom, because it's just like talking in a serious reporter voice because it's the murder.
Is it like true stories? Like true crime?
Hell yeah.
You are just like the Suit. He loves those documentaries and
well, the Murdoch murders got me hooked on it. I listen to that on my way to Greenville all the time because I do some radio work for a station down there. So I go down like quarterly or monthly down to Greenville. And that ride on 85 is like white knuckle scary as it is. So sometimes I want to listen to something. If there's not like a new album out of someone's that I really want to listen to like through the whole way, then I'll pick a podcast. So I started with the Murdoch murders and then now I just listened to this other one. It's like another South Carolina family, I think, where the daughter ended up killing her mom and her sister.
Oh my gosh.
All over money. I know she was married too with a deployed husband and an 8-year-old daughter. Then she called the bank pretending to be her mom, like trying to get a wire transfer for $419,000. I know.
People are crazy.
And it was like a Capital One bank. And I'm like, Capital One's actually a real bank? Like it's not just your credit card company?
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Apparently. See, so we can learn something on these murder podcasts. And you learn how to get away with it. Like this girl lived for free for years while this goes on, like why the investigation goes on.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. Even though they had these they had the voice recordings with Capital One. They had,
still.
but she denied it. And she's just like,
Wow.
I didn't kill my mom. And my sister was a murder-suicide, just like they said on the news. My sister was crazy. She killed my mom and then killed herself, even though all the facts proved otherwise.
Yeah.
Like the way the bullet went, there's no way the daughter could have killed herself. Those phone calls, you could clearly tell it was that daughter. Like,
wow.
Nuts.
I'm going to have to check this out now.
And they lived free for a while.
For a long time. Now she's living free on taxpayer dollars in jail.
Well, it's just so sad, some of these stories like that I listen to. A lot of times it's like the spouses try to kill each other. And then the kids end up with zero parents because one of them ends up being dead. And then the other one goes to jail for killing them. So it's like now your kids are, not that they should have lived with the psycho murdering parent.
Right.
But now they're
have
screwed, man. Their life is messed up.
Yeah, and they're in the system. Or hopefully they had some good grandparents.
I don't know. How good were they? They raised a murderer.
That's true. God. Your parental rights are removed too.
I know. I don't know who's getting busted with that stuff, but it's very fascinating to search. And once you've listened to one, it'll recommend other ones for you.
Yeah.
So the Datelines and the 2020 ones aren't my favorite because they give it away in the tagline. Like they tell you what happened. So there's kind of no point in listening. I like there to be a little mystery. Like did the daughter do it? And then you have to listen all the way through to find out.
Yeah. I have a mystery that I need solved. Have you had any dog sightings?
There have been no dog sightings. And the children are even convinced that the cat is gone forever. Oh. And Bruiser's gray hair is starting to poke through. She's getting grayer by the day. She's rapidly aging now. Every time she takes a sip of water.
Well, because the dye comes off.
Yes. If you didn't listen to last week's episode, what are you missing? Well, why not?
Yeah.
But anyway, he had our dog basically prepared to show, even though she's not a show dog.
Right.
Had her nails done, had her coat lacquered, and then had her gray hair around her face dyed black to match the rest of her.
Reminds me of there was this country singer, Lee Bryce.
Yes, you guys
everybody
are close
knows,
to them, right?
Very close. Yeah, and he would tell DJ because the suit used to dye his beard.
Oh boy,
I know. It was and then he stopped because it was making him react.
Break out.
Yeah. But anyway, Lee Bryce was like, you know what I do? I just brush on some mascara to cover up some of the gray spots. Yeah. I'm like, that's hilarious.
Oh, Lee Bryce. Speaking of the musicians, you got Love and Life coming up and you have another show with Warren Zeders?
No. Jordan Davis.
Jordan Davis.
That's Joy Logano Foundation.
Oh, I can't wait for that one. Okay. And did you get the food all lined up? You got a fancy restaurant?
Oh my God. I'm working with your fancy friend on hopefully helping out. Yep. So we'll see. I just sent him all that today. Hopefully we can get something to work. But yeah, Love and Life, May 2nd through 4th, single day tickets. And then the Joey Logano Foundation, you can get your tickets for Jordan Davis. It's May 20th.
That's going to be so fun. Coyote Joe's is always really, really fun. If you haven't been yet, I think we should plan a night to podcast record there and then do the line dance.
Yes, that'd be so fun.
Like a Wednesday night. Should we do a ladies' night?
Yeah.
I bet they'd let us.
Ladies. Oh, they totally would. Yeah.
Okay. Oh my gosh, there's an idea. We've just had an idea. Wait a minute. Yep.
There it is. Noted. Catch it.
Before it's gone.
Yes.
All right,
that would be fun.
What else is going on with you? I mentioned last week how I'm going away for spring break soon. You guys kind of already did your trip.
Yeah, we did Vegas with the boys. Colson's going to Colorado.
I think you say that word funny.
Colorado?
Uh-huh.
Really?
Yes.
How do I say
I think it's Colorado.
Colorado. Colorado. Colorado? No, I guess
put the A. You put a weird A. Colorado.
There is an A.
I know, but I don't think it's supposed to be pronounced like that. Colorado.
Okay. Love.
I did this with my daughter the other day because she got invited to her neighbor's birthday party, Sawyer, and she's like, it's Sawyer. I'm like, Sawyer. Spelled the same.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm like, people can pronounce the same thing differently.
Yeah.
So maybe it's tomato. I don't know.
Yeah. Or glass.
Have a glass of bubbly.
That's funny. Okay. Now I don't know how to say
Colorado.
it. Colorado. Okay. Colorado.
It's the Rockies.
Yeah. So sorry, next. So the Hornet game last night. So I have something funny to tell you about that.
Oh, good.
So Feral Cat and I, she'll just be that until we come up with something else. But we went to grab a bite to eat before
we call her FCK.
FCK.
Feral Cat Kim.
Yeah, I like that. FCK. But anyway, we she's mainly vegetarian, but she'll eat some fish sometimes, but it has to be wild caught. which I know when we were at lunch last week, I was asking the guy and he's like, yeah. It's wildly cut. And I was like,
I'm like, I don't think he heard you, but I can't believe
okay.
we're at an event where we're picking off of a set menu. Like we're not just normal patrons of a restaurant where we get to choose anything we want. And I'm like, oh, good. I love all those vegetables. I'll have the chicken. And then someone else is like, I'll have the vegetarian option. And then Krista's like, this salmon, is it wild caught?
Yeah.
I'm like, this girl.
I have to move. I can't.
She's about to drink a gallon of wine, but make sure her salmon is not inhumanely farmed. Okay?
Well, those farm salmon have so much crap and they eat like poop. And
I know. All right. That sounds terrible. I mean, I try to get free range eggs. So I hear you. We all have our little thing.
Yeah. But, drink that 2 bottles of rosé, girl. It'll kill anything. But so, yeah, we, they had salmon on the menu. It looked really good with like a dill.
At the Hornets game?
No, we went to Roosters.
We're back to that. Okay.
Yeah. No, before the Hornets game.
Okay.
And
I'm not sure. They have some pretty good food there, but I'm not sure I would get salmon at the Hornets game.
Yeah. It was so fun though. It was really dead there.
It was a Monday night?
It's end of season and they're not doing so well, but
and they know LaMelo's out for the season. I think my son has been you got me tickets to a game and now my son has not brought up going to another game because LaMelo's out.
Yeah. My girlfriend does the reporting for them. So she's on TV. Nice. Shannon does it. So she gave us some tickets. It was awesome. We had a really good time.
Yep.
But yeah, so back to the restaurant. So we were going to share salmon, but of course we're saying, is it wild caught? So she's like, let me go check, with the chef. She comes back and she says it's wild caught, but it's like, but they're restricted. So it's kind of farmed.
Yeah.
And so
would she do it?
FCK says, what do you feed them? What are they eating?
Oh, no.
And I'm like, oh my God, she's going there.
She's going
And so the server was great. She's like, let me find out because the chef probably knows. And so she comes back and she's like, they eat their normal habitat. Like we don't feed them pellets, which is kind of what she went farm raised salmon.
They totally spit in your food.
She was like, yeah.
Was it good?
It was really good. Roosters was good.
Normally they're very good.
Yeah, it was really good. And then we went on to the Hornet game.
Fun.
Yeah, it was cool. And then we were at the Ritz for a drink.
Wow, you guys really did a night.
We did it right on a Monday night.
That's nice.
I know.
Well, no, I will say though, I was dogging the Hornets game having wild caught salmon, but my son and I last time we went had these delicious freshly carved sandwiches. Like there was a carving station at the game, and they were doing sliced turkey sandwiches, like the big thick slices. It was great. So I do think Charlotte has really good food at games.
Yeah,
I just am not. Salmon is another thing.
I don't think I'd eat salmon at an arena.
I do remember though the Panthers game, the upper level, used to have. I'm sure they still do. I just haven't been up there in a little while. But they have the best bratwurst. Dogs with like the peppers and the onions on them, and you can squirt that mustard on them. And like if it's the morning time still, and you need something to like
get it going.
Those things
with
are
the mimosa.
Good. Yes, you just like have a beer or have you're coming off of last night maybe, and you haven't eaten yet, and you're like, here we go again. Like
I can't do it.
One of those things is like so good. I used to always be like, let's go get one of those like corn dog or one of those like brats, and you got to like use the hand reference like you're holding this.
Yeah,
exactly. And get yourself a brat, ladies.
Get it. Have you been to the field level suites at Panther Stadium?
Mm-hmm.
And what do they call it?
With the white leather chairs?
Yes.
I have not been during a game.
Oh my God.
But I've been back there for various events and things where I've had special access because I helped pick the Top Cats one year. I emceed and like got to be one of the judges. So we were all back there and it was awesome. And then I've done like a couple events for Panthers, like when we got Matt Rule as the coach many coaches ago, stuff like that. But I have not sat in them during a game.
It's awesome.
That's cool.
Like, I don't think I can go to a game again unless
I see them from my seats when I look towards the end zone. I'm like, look at those people over there.
I know we were invited last season, and I took Colson, and he's like, "Can we do this every time?" I was like, "I know, buddy."
We only wish, right? We hope we can.
Yeah.
We keep working hard. We'll try.
Maybe one day.
Well, I noticed we are using the same glass today. We're big fans of that.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I use these every time. I feel like it gives us some good luck. Your spots have fallen off that one, but they're not supposed to go in the dishwasher, but I put everything in the dishwasher.
Yeah. But you have to.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so I know one of the things we wanted to talk about was glasses. I think we have a few stories about glasses, right? So,
Yes.
I mean, one was this restaurant we used to go to all the time, and they had, I think we talked about this in an earlier podcast, but they had like 2 or just 1 champagne flute. And so when we drink bubbly, you want it in a champagne.
And there were always 3 of us going week after week after week.
With
we would
Dolly.
go to this place that does bottomless mimosas. And you mean to tell me you don't have more than 1 champagne glass and you sell a package like bottomless mimosas?
What?
What? I mean, so you know, the first time we're like, oh, that's weird. Okay, well, maybe next week.
Yeah.
We go back the next week. Oh, really? You guys haven't got any more glasses yet? Like, is that, or do you order them often? Like, we definitely tried to gently put the clues down there. And then we're like, man, you guys still haven't, is there a manager here? Like, because it just, and I remember there was the episode of Real Housewives once where Dorit did this and she like had to drink out of the proper glass. And I'm like, I can actually relate to that.
Yeah.
I mean, not so much like a red wine versus white wine glass. Like, I'm not too anal about it, but I mean, I think the bubbles, I don't know. I just didn't want it in a white wine glass with a stem.
But you know those silly little wine glasses, they're like itty bitty, right? And you don't want to drink red wine. You know the ones that you like hit your nose?
Yeah.
Sipping. Those are awful. Like for any wine, they're awful. I don't even know why they make those.
Maybe for people with smaller noses. I don't know. But then, no, we were out to lunch again more recently. The place with the poor glasses, we actually love their salmon salad.
Yes.
Have we ever asked if theirs is well got?
I don't know.
But they have an awesome like honey vinaigrette. That's really, really good. It's Leroy Fox, I think. We shouldn't be afraid to say the name. It's a good restaurant, but
get some glass.
They need to get their glassware on point. But and then more recently we went to Nico's.
Yep.
Japanese like sushi place. OG Nico's is still alive. We were the only people in there. I don't know how they're keeping their lights on, but
and they sat you at the sushi bar.
Yeah, I was like, I'm just meeting a friend. We're having a quick meeting. Like, we'll just sit at the bar. And so she grabs 2 menus and walks me around to the sushi bar.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, this place is empty. It's a little awkward.
Yeah.
And then I just had to look at the not fresh avocado in the window of the sushi bar. And I was like, oh boy, we're not eating here.
Yeah.
But anyway, we ordered 2 glasses of wine because we're not staying long enough to get the bottle.
Right.
So, but she poured them in different glasses.
Yeah. Yours was big and voluptuous and mine was teeny tiny.
Well, I arrived before you, so maybe I looked like I really needed it. She's like, this girl needs a drink.
But then when we ordered another glass, which is why we should have just got a bottle, right? Because we ended up each having 2 glasses. Then when she brought yours over, it had such a bigger pour.
Yeah. Then she realized she liked us.
Yeah. And then we got our bill. And we were like, this is so cheap. We should just not eat when we go, because normally like we'll go out to lunch, right? And we eat and we'll have a bottle of wine and we're each spending $75 to $100. Yeah.
They're working meetings though. Like
they are.
So let the record to show. CPA, if you're listening.
Exactly.
These are my working meetings.
But we were like, oh my God, it's like $30 each.
It was so cheap.
We're like, we should just not eat anymore.
Yeah, we didn't need to not eat. Well, I think we had the intention of getting a snack. We got edamame and there was so much salt on them. I would happily take that down, but you were not having it. So
yeah, no, I was like, I'm gonna be.
Amber, Dolly, our friend, would have been wiping off the salt, and I'm like, can you wipe it into my bowl so I can eat the salt?
Yeah, I'll eat. Remember when she like wipes the salt off chips?
Yes. God, you guys and your wild salmon and your
it's too saltless. Well, her green powder and her rosé.
I did. That was disgusting. I don't think she was really drinking wine. But anyway, I went to a movie yesterday.
I doubted it too.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to ask her.
We'll have to ask her. I went to the movies yesterday to see because there was no flipping school, and saw.
What am I going to do with these kids?
I know. And we saw the new Snow White live musical thing, and all the ordering is on an app, which is cool because they bring it to your seat during the show. So the kids can get like Southwestern egg rolls, pizza, corn dogs, burgers, salads.
What movie theater?
It's called Synergy.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And so I forget what I was telling you about that story, but Kent said, I already ordered the popcorn. And I'm like, did you get butter? He's like, no. There's two kinds of people.
Yeah.
That definitely want the butter and that definitely don't.
I'm a don't.
I know you are.
You're a put butter.
I would put butter all over that ish.
So one of the suit's friends was telling me what he does is he puts a straw, like a big straw in the middle, and he puts the butter in it, and then he gently
slow release.
Yeah, because then it gets butter all over.
Well, sometimes if you're at a good theater, they will fill it a quarter of the way, put new popcorn in, put butter in. They will layer it for you, but that's...
What theater does that?
I feel like the Regals do.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I just know I always have to wait for them to find someone who's 21 to give me my wristband, to give me my alcohol.
Can I please have a cocktail?
They're like, I'm sorry, I can't pour this for you. I got to wait for the manager to come over. And I'm like...
Stonecrest has a bar in there.
That's nice. That Synergy does too.
It's nice. And they give like nice pours.
That's good.
Yeah.
See, that's the way to do it. I mean, I chose Synergy because the tickets were going to be like $7 cheaper a ticket.
Oh, wow.
And for like a family of 5, that makes a difference.
Yeah.
But then I think we spent $110 on concessions.
Yeah. Yeah.
110. I mean, but the kids got full meals. Like we kind of made it lunch.
Yeah. So
/ dinner.
Yeah.
/ I'm not cooking again.
Yeah. This is dinner.
Yeah.
Lunch and dinner.
This is it. Mommy's having a drink.
Yeah.
So
guess what you're getting later? Apples or bananas.
Bananas for everyone.
Bananas. In Colorado.
Yep. Thank you for doing that.
You're welcome.
Mm-hmm.
See me next time.
That's right. I hope someone wins these AirPods from us and then can selfie themselves listening to our podcast from our AirPods.
Yes. That would be awesome.
Wouldn't that be a good idea?
Send us a picture too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay. Well, that
and
good.
Also my friend, I got a message from a friend saying, I need to be on your show, Angel, because she said she has some crazy stalker stories and some crazy good stories.
I would love to have her on.
I know. I said that. I was like, all right, well, we can call you live. She's in Texas though, so there is a time change.
Yeah.
We can figure it out.
We can maybe record later. But yeah, I had so much fun with her in Key West.
She's a good one. She's a ride or die. You tell her, I'm heartbroken. I need to go on a trip. She's like, I'm there. Where's the room? Where are we going?
Yeah. Where are we going? What are we doing?
Or she's like, hey, I moved away, but it sucks. So I'm going to come stay at your house for the summer. I'm like, you got it. Your room's ready. Bring the fam. Bring the dog.
Bring everybody.
Bring everything.
Yeah.
Love ya.
Yeah. That would be fun to have her on.
Yeah. I definitely would.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And yeah, she was so much fun. We had so much fun last December 2023.
Yep.
In Key West. It's one of my favorite places to go. Stay at the Casa Marina.
Oh, I love that place. Do you think they're finally done with construction?
I don't know.
Last time we were there, they were like, had barricades up. You couldn't even see the ocean. Like, we should have gotten a discount.
We should have, because their prices are up there for sure.
They are very happy with themselves right now.
Yeah. But it's beautiful. Like there isn't a resort on that's like in that location. You can walk to Duval that has that view.
That has the beach.
Yeah.
Like Key West is not a very beachy
it's rocky
area.
Yeah.
So this one actually is beachfront. It actually has ocean and pool. You can access it and you can even walk to restaurants if you're careful.
Speaking of, like, we need to go back there. Maybe we could do the podcast there.
I would love that. I tried to hop a fence there once and I am not a spring chicken and ended up bursting my bursa in my foot.
In your heel, right?
In my heel, and had to be carried around and wheelchaired around the rest of the trip.
Oh my God. It was like day one.
We had landed that like hours earlier. And I'm like, no, the restaurant's this way. And
then
everyone trusted me. And I'm like, oh, it's over this fence. I guess we should have gone on the road side, not the beach side.
Yeah. Well, and that's like a wrought iron fence that you were hopping. It wasn't like this little.
I felt no danger.
None.
Felt no trouble.
And I was like, every time
I landed. And I was like, my foot. But it helped me avoid some sightseeing because we were with a friend who went to high school in Key West. So she's like, let's go tour and I'm like, oh, I can't walk. My foot hurts.
Laura went to high school there?
Yeah.
Oh my God. We should have her on as a guest.
We surely
She's
should.
So funny too.
She's so funny.
Yeah. I know. I hate I missed that trip.
All right. Well, that'll be our homework assignment. Let's get a guest for the next episode.
Okay.
We've named a couple. Let's get a winner we can announce. Let's get a guest.
Yeah. Okay.
And we'll have some more fun stories.
That sounds good.
All right.
All right.
Sorry, next.
Sorry, next. See you next time.